Not happening.
You've ruined it.
I know.
I thought you were going to...
I was going to start with that, but then halfway through I was like, no. Anyway, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another brand new episode of Roadman Reviews. I'm your host, Mr. Fahednikas, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Ahmed Awad. How you doing, Ahmed?
I'm good, thank you.
Second name. Go on.
I said his second name. Yeah. Well, he does have two names.
It's meant to be top secret.
It's meant to be top secret.
We agreed when we started the show, and
I didn't agree with nothing. And Mr. Muffied himself, Mr. Muff, Muffin Man, Big Muff, Geodude,
Muffkeeter,
The Rock.
The Rock, yeah.
We can smell what he's cooking. Not now because he's fasting, but it's Muffied. How you doing?
I'm right.
Brilliant. Our jokes are really bad today, guys, but I'm going to power through anyway. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Mowgli trailer, which was released, I think about 2 weeks ago. You might be asking yourselves, why are these guys talking about this? And the simple reason is because it's been a very slow news week and there's nothing else to really talk about. So that's why we're talking about it. Anyway, before we dive into the trailer, guys, just want to get your thoughts on the Jungle Book as it is at the moment. I mean, were you guys fans of the book, the cartoon movie that came out in the 60s or 70s or whenever it was, and the recent film? I mean, Ahmed, what are your thoughts on those?
I mean, the recent film actually I haven't seen.
Okay, that's a good start.
But the cartoons are, yeah, of course.
Have you not watched the first one?
The original one came out 2 years ago.
No. Oh.
You not seen that?
No, it's on Netflix on my to-watch list.
No.
We'll do another review when Ahmed's watched the first one. Anyway.
No, you can watch it. It's no spoil.
I watched it.
We're going to rewatch Mowgli, which is just a rehash of this one film, right? But a darker version. But anyway, the cartoon is nice.
Just nice.
It's not Lion King.
It's not food.
If we want Lion King, I'll talk about the political status of the lions. And
There's not lions. Oh, forget it.
No, but this one, I don't know. But anyway, it's alright.
What about you?
Obviously growing up, everyone watches these Disney movies. And Jungle Book is up there with Lion King for me. Jungle Book, I guess, as a kid, I used to watch it every Christmas it used to come on, I believe. I used to sit there and watch it and not get bored. So I used to love it, and then the one that recently came out, I thought was really, really good. Despite the fact I thought it may or may not flop, because, all these new editions of like trying to bring back something from the dead sort of thing, it never sort of works. I say never, but hardly works. But I thought they did quite well with the one that came out 2 years ago. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Interesting thoughts there. Anyway, I guess it's time to talk about this trailer specifically. So, I mean, Ahmed, let's start with you. What do you think was kind of the thing that really stood out about this trailer? Maybe what was the thing that you didn't really like too much about it?
I mean, the first thing you can see for sure is they've gone for that darker tone. They've gone for that storyline kid between two worlds. He's not part of the animal kingdom, but he's not fully human as well. He's just sort of an in-between. It looks interesting. Only question is, I haven't watched the last one, so I'm not too fussed, but my question for the wider audience would be, 2 years after the big hit came out, do you really want to do any sort of tonal change or any version of Jungle Book again so soon?
Yeah.
I think that's my only question I would have. I know it made close to $1 billion, just short of $1 billion last time. I know it's loved universally. Do you really want to risk a new edition, even if it's just to remake the exact same film so short after the last one? But apart from that, it's not my top 5 films to look forward to or must watch of the year. It's something I watch and see how it goes, really. My thoughts on this one just really quickly are that it's interesting because it looks like it's not following the story from the Disney film. Maybe from what I've only read a couple of chapters of the book originally, and I don't think from the trailer at least, it doesn't look like it's just following the story. It looks like it's telling its own kind of story, which is interesting. Don't get me wrong, it looks good. I mean, the effects, it's still a couple of months out, so obviously the effects aren't 100% finished yet, but it looks good. The tone looks good. My only criticism really is that who's this film for? Because kids might be a little bit bored by it if they're taking that dark and serious kind of tone with the Jungle Book, and I don't really see a queue of adults queuing up to go and see a dark version of the Jungle Book, if that makes sense. Maybe I could be wrong. Muffy, what about you?
I agree with the two of you in terms of the trailer itself. It's a lot darker, a lot darker than the one that came out 2 years ago. Because as a kid growing up, you always think of Jungle Book as a happy sort of movie, but this one has I think from what I can see, it has a massive tonal change in the fact that they're presenting it on the darker sort of negative sort of way, in terms of, you know, there's a kid trying to fit in, but he can't fit in. Whereas in the original ones, it's more about a kid initially can't fit in, but, you know, he finds himself, and, you know, and throughout the trailer, it's just constantly dark. But I guess they're doing that because they don't want to obviously ruin the rest of the movie. But yeah, to be honest, yeah, it quite surprised me, because obviously it came out 2 years ago, and they're doing another one. Are they doing it again just to make money, which I think they may do? I can't see it topping the one that came out 2 years ago financially.
I think it's Warner Brothers that are releasing it though, so with their kind of track record of big sort of blockbuster movies, you don't know really what's going to happen.
I think just to top, but I think the only thing that, to be fair, actually interests me more than the actual film is who's directing it.
Yeah, Andy Serkis.
I mean, love him as an actor.
I think he's directed one film before, but I haven't seen it just yet. It was one with Andrew Garfield in. I can't remember what it. Yeah, Andrew Garfield and that lady that plays the Queen on The Crown. I think he directed that movie. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think he did that one though. But yeah, that was our kind of overall thoughts on the trailer, guys. I guess the only thing I could add is that the cast looks really good. I mean, the cast that got filmed look really good, but I guess we'll wait and see about how that kind of goes. Anyway, thank you all very much for checking out our video today and watching. As always, if you liked here, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can follow us and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Roadman Reviews, which you probably listen to us on, and you can also find us through our social media channels on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Roadman Reviews, even though we don't really update them that too much. Thank you all very much for your time today, guys, and we look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye.
Take care.